Psycho Killer is definitely going to make it on my top worst movies of 2026. Strangers Chapter 3, move aside, because I found a worse movie than you. Let's talk about it. Movies are meant to be a great time in the theater. They are to embody creativity. But no, not here. This movie is complete trash, and I will not hold back for this one. This lazy attempt to make a movie deserves to be torn apart. I saw this movie for only 99 cents, and honestly, I want my money back, because what the hell was this? I would not want anyone to see this movie for free. Not even if you are forced to do it, because you are better off doing something that you hate than give this movie your precious time. Psycho Killer embodies everything that could go wrong with the movie. Lazy writing, boring ass characters, dumb ass characters, painfully written motives, and simply a complete waste of time. It's so bad that I did not care at all for the people in front of me being on their phones, scrolling through Instagram, because in all honesty, that was more intriguing than the movie itself. And I for one would be the one to tell you or call you out to turn off your phone please, because hey, we're in a theater, we're paying to be here. So the fact that I care more about the Instagram post than the actual movie itself tells you a lot about how crappy this movie is. Okay though, let me get into the movie itself. There is a psycho killer going around killing folks and using their blood to draw on walls. And he is in love with Satan. There you go. That's all you need to know, because everything else is soulless and is pointless. From the very start of this movie, I knew that I was going to go in for a ride, and not the good kind either. So there is a guy cop, who somewhat kind of pulls over a guy driving on the highway. And then as he pulls them over, the cop's wife drives around and tells him, hey, what are you doing? And the husband is too flirtatious to even care about his job. And the wife asks him, have you run the plates yet? Have you checked on him at all? And the cop says, no, I'm just here flirting with you, not doing my job properly. And then next thing I'm thinking, okay, I'm pretty sure the cop's gonna freaking die in some stupid way. And what happens next? The cop walks up to the guy, again without checking his plates or running his plates, not doing his job properly. And next thing you know, he gets shot and killed. And now this gives the wife the motive to go after the actual killer. And then in the next scene, the killer that shot the cop is hugging his shotgun on the floor in the hotel in the closet. And I'm thinking, okay, not random at all. And that's the thing. This movie is filled with this nonsense imagery. The movie thinks it's trying to build on this symbolic shit, but it comes off as just hot trash. And keep in mind, this is only the beginning. After that, all the characters just end up making stupid decisions after another and another. For a movie that's rated R, the kills are mediocre at best. There are some kills that are shown here and there, but at the same time, they're kinda held back, and when they are fully shown, it's just pointless CGI or visual effects. And then there we go again, mediocre at best. And now that I think about it, this movie should have been titled Psycho Killer, mediocre at best. It's clear to me that the team behind this movie were trying to aim for this badass voice for this killer. But it comes off as a Teen Wolf version of the large prisoner on the ferry boat on the Dark Knight. The one that stands up and grabs the detonator and throws it out the window. And then as the movie progresses, his voice and his presence, by him I mean the killer's presence and his voice, it just becomes laughable. There is absolutely no true character development here. They threw in a cop and they think they will care about her with her motives. But honestly, it just comes off as completely bland. It's kind of like eating oatmeal without any toppings. On that topic, this cop takes it upon herself to take down that killer, right? But some way somehow she manages to decode something specifically that the FBI couldn't. And she does it overnight like nothing. She then manages a way to find him in this cult house, and she's ready to shoot him. But I guess the killer has spidey senses, because some way somehow he sensed her from a mile away or two away. I kid you not, this killer knew that she was there, and guess what? She shoots and misses his head completely. There was another scene where the cop also manages to find him yet again in this random hotel room. How convenient, right? And then as she goes into the room, she's a horrible cop because she goes inside, does not check any corners, and then they eventually fight, and the killer throws her ass out the window and she falls all broken up and shit. And then next thing you see is the killer go to the bathroom, and with the lowest, most useless effort ever, he breaks down the window, nonchalant about it, and just goes out. This guy did the bare minimum. I mean, why not? He already got paid, right? And then in the next scene, after all that fight, after all that blood, after all the glass in her face, what do we see next? We see her in the library reading a freaking book as if nothing ever happened just a moment ago. Yeah, this movie is trash, and this happens a lot throughout the whole movie, where it goes from one scene to the next without having any consideration as to what happened a moment ago. If you thought that was bad, why didn't I tell you this? There was a scene where there's a couple on the side of the road, and the guy is fixing a tire, and the guy looks to the left, and you can clearly see a guy with the mask with the hatchet on. I think it was a hatchet or a gun. You can clearly see someone with the mask on, tall as hell, walking towards you. And what the hell will you do? A sane person will get up and just probably run away or try to drive away even though the wheel's messed up. But what does he do? He stays put, and the killer kills him really quickly. And the next thing you know, the guy's girlfriend in the car sees that and runs away, but runs towards traffic, and then towards her is a truck. And then out of nowhere, I kid you not, man, out of nowhere, the truck driver just steers really quickly to the left, and the truck flips, and it hits her, kills her, and then it freaking explodes. I am out of words at this scene because I was thinking, okay, this movie is more trash than it was before. It's just unbelievably horrible. There's also this weird ass scene with the cult dinner that deals with the Satanists and some drugs and whatnot, but I want to get into that. But let me just go into the actual end of the movie. In the end, the killer is enclosed inside a specific room. He's trying to accomplish something, right? And the people, the workers there, along with the female cop, they're seeing everything unfold, no sense of urgency at all. The lady cop finally manages a way to try to shoot him. She makes a hole in this bulletproof window, and she tries to aim, and what the hell does she do? She shoots him on the arm, on the chest, or on the back, and on the leg. She is able to shoot him in the head, but does she? Hell no. What the f? And then after that, it just ends. This was one of the most anticlimactic endings ever, right up there with Strangers Chapter 3. But guess what? It's finally freaking over. And this movie is pretty short. It's about an hour and 35 minutes. But to me, it felt like hours. It dragged on and dragged on. But for now, I'll stop there because I can also go on and on about how horrible this movie is. So in conclusion, this movie is a hot piece of trash. It's a waste of writers. It's a waste of budget. It's a waste of talent. And whoever saw this movie and thought it was a great idea to put in a theater, holy crap, man. What were you thinking? This was honestly one of the worst theater experiences ever for me. I never saw Madame Web, so maybe that would have been worse, but I'm glad that I never saw that because holy shit, this was horrendous. Well, this honestly means my rating for this film. And for this one, guess what? I gave it a solid negative 100 out of 0. This is not the true cinematic experience anywhere you go. In a theater, in your home, in the airplane, nowhere. I will never recommend this waste of a time movie. Thank you for your time today, my cinematic family. You are a true cinephile for sticking it to the end. Please hit the subscribe button, maybe the like button if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts on Psycho Killer if you've seen it or if you somehow plan on seeing it. I am Chuy, and this is Chuy Cinematic Talk. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Psycho Killer is definitely going to be on my top worst movies of 2026. Because, holy crap, it's a bad movie. Even Loki admits to this.